Okay, so now that you put in your offer, you can see that the commission tab opens up. So we're going to click on that. And then we're like grabbing it on each other. Okay, so that opens it up, and we're going to add all the information in here.
So this is part 2 of the green sheet. So all of this information was on the bottom part of the green sheet originally.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Jen just type it in. So then you just put your sale price. Now again, we're on the listing side of it. So you want to put in your percentage for your commission. Yep. So that auto populates it. You put it your contract date. We already put that in there. So the contract date and then the closing date auto populated. So then if you scroll down, here's your agent breakdown. So you have Jen. So just a little note, the units right here is where you would change it. So if you were on a team and you were splitting these units, this is where you change it up or down, and then the total commission fills it out for the total commission. So if you do not, so let's say you're trying to add somebody to your team, the things that people are running into is like, it's not letting me change it. It's not letting me add them. It's because your unit is a 1 and they're like, well, there's no other commission to give to anybody else. So then it doesn't allow you to add another agent.
So
that's
that
one.
First.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Then you can select the down arrow and it will go.
Yep. And then it'll allow you to add another
And it
agent.
will only allow you to do up to 1 unit because again, even though we sold the other side of it, that other unit comes from the buyer opportunity, which we will do and show you to do as well.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so then we're going to scroll down and just kind of look at what else.
Oh,
am I all the way down?
We can't add another agent. Okay. Hang on. We're just going to refresh here. Let's see. Why won't let us scroll. Okay. There we go.
There.
It just wouldn't get off of that.
It froze a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to scroll down and I'm going to show you how to add other deductions. So we kind of talked about, so this will figure out all, Jen is capped, so it doesn't take anything out for royalty, anything out for commission, for company dollar.
So it'll show up automatically. So basically you don't have to remember if you're capped or not. It will do that automatically for you.
Yep. And then here's our deductions part. So the E&O you always keep blank. KW Cares, just keep in mind that this KW Cares is international KW Cares. So we also have a local one that you can contribute to that we'll tell you about too. KW Can or Bold, anything like that, you can fill in all those. You don't have to, you can keep it 0. It defaults to 0, or you can add something. So now we're going to add an item. Go ahead.
So now this is the KW International, like you said. So I have a question, Jessie. If I've already filled out a KW local form for where you guys were automatically taking it off my green sheet, will that carry over and you'll continue to?
So then you always, so then if you want it auto deducted from every single time and you don't want to have to add it to this every single time, then you just contact us and we have a form that just says like, I'd like these things auto deducted every single time. So then we plug it into our Winmore system and that comes off every single time. And then you don't have to add them at all, which is really slick.
And who do I contact if I want to like up my contribution?
So then you can contact, you can email me or email Lauren.
And we can always change that amount.
Use the KLRW 959 email. Okay, so we're going to add an item. And then we're going to choose the type is bonus. So this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bonus to this first. So this is, the bonus is what you're collecting from the seller. So like if you're collecting the admin fee from them, this is how we categorize that. So you choose bonus.
So that's anything addition to the 6% or the 3.9% that you've entered for commission. you have to add a bonus. Is that right, Jesse?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So then that's 225. And then we add. So then as you can see, I'm going to scroll up. And then as you can see, it added it to her commission. So you want it to add to there. So that's that one. And then on a listing, you know that whether you collect it or not, if you don't collect it, obviously you don't put the bonus in there. But we will always charge you an admin fee. So then you choose a deduction. You type in the 225. Go ahead. And the description is, oh, I think I put capitals on. Whoops.
That's okay.
Admin fee, pay to KW. We already had typed this in, so if you want to type, we had already typed this in, so that's why it auto-populates. So then she chooses KW, and then she's going to type in the address.
Our address here,
Yep,
1674. So this is the address that you're putting in here is
Our
KW.
address. Yep.
And then the phone number for KW.
Yep.
Goes here because this is a deduction that KW is collecting. So like she mentioned, it should auto-populate the next time you come in here since you've already typed in our phone number, which is the 632-7702. It should auto-populate. Jesse, does it matter though? I mean, are you using that information?
We're not really using that information, but it is asterisk, so I hate to tell you to like type anything in there. So let's just, like
Okay.
these are the two things that we'll put in there.
Perfect. And then we're
then
going
you
to
add. Yep. So then as you can see, it took it off of there. And then we're also going to show you that we're going to add another item. And then we're going to do a KW. She's going to do 50.
Yeah, $50 to KW Cares Local.
Yep. So she types it out, KW Care.
It doesn't
Local.
Actually have to be in caps.
Yep.
It can be whatever you want.
And then the same thing, KW. I'll grab it. Oh, pay to KW. Just put KW. That is fine.
Okay. And then again,
Location.
1674 Eisenhower.
Come up. Phone number.
Oh, it doesn't auto-populate.
Huh.
Okay. Well, you will memorize our phone number very quickly.
Yes. Add. Okay. So then now it took out all her deductions that she wanted. It added the bonus to it. We're not gonna add anything else.
Just to clarify.
Whoops.
Since I've added KW Cares Local here, that's in addition to any contract that I've already, or to that form that I've submitted to Lauren.
Yes.
Correct? So if I have an auto,
office, correct.
Okay. So if I have an auto deduction, you have nothing to do here. But if I change it according to each closing, if I do it a 10% or, well, I don't know if that's a lot or not, but whatever I'm doing, I'm okay.
And you might want to just add a note, and we'll show you how to do that. It's in right down here. You might want to add a note just so nobody's making assumptions. So then you just say this $50 is in addition to my auto that I already have. Just so we all know we're not making any assumptions like, let's say she had 40 already in there as her auto deduction. I don't want to make the assumption that she would or would not do 90 total. So we always want to make it as clear as possible. So again, use that no section as much as you want. I want to just point out something right here. So it looks like right here, so this is how Command handles the inside and outside referrals, but we're finding that it's causing errors when we bring it into our Winmore system. So we're asking that you do not use these two deductions at all. Please do not use those. And I'll show you as we go on into this commissions tab, and I'll show you how to handle those. Okay, so then now it's adding, go ahead.
So
Sorry,
if there's
keep
no
on flipping.
referral and we're ready to go with this listing side, we would then just hit submit.
Yep.
The only reason it's not allowing us to do that is because I didn't actually list the office, 1674 Eisenhower. So I did not attach a listing when we originally did the detail section. This is where you would do that. Again, all the way up at the top, you're going to select your listing. And since it's already in the MLS, it's going to pull up that box that we did originally. So search for your listing and pull it up there.
Yep.
And then submit.
Okay, so then Jen is correct. Like technically we would be done with this and we would just hit submit. Then it comes to the MCA office and then we accept or reject it and return it. The only reason why I'm returning it right now is if you have like a higher percentage on there. If you have something okayed or if you want something different and you can't figure something out, definitely reach out to us or put it in this note section. So this note section is what we're going to use for the inside and outside referrals. So if you just look, like you type on it and you can type whatever you want in there. So what we're going to do, an inside referral is to another agent within our market center. So it's kind of like when you were doing a green sheet and you put somebody that's not on, if you're on a team, it's somebody that's not on your team. So you would put Amy Schetz, 0.25, and then Jen would get 0.75 of that unit. This system does not allow you to do that way. So what we're doing is we're just putting it on here, and then I will add it to, accordingly like that. And that's all you need to do for an inside referral. If it was an outside referral, you're just putting all that other information that we normally would require of you. You just put referral to, and then you just list the broker, the EIN number, the address, and the agent it's going to. I think those were all the things, the agent it's going to. So then that way the MCA, when we're bringing it in, we'll put a note on your DA so then we can link those two documents and everything else. So for an outside referral, you just put all that information, but then also know, just like when we were doing stuff in Dotloop, you have to have the W-9 and the referral uploaded in your documents.
And that you can upload in your documents. I will show you where we did add a spot for it. Basically, if there's not a placeholder for some of those documents, always check this closed folder over here on the side. We kind of have been using that for some of the other documents.
Like the one-offs that you don't necessarily have all the time, but you do have once in a while.
So this referral form and the W-9 is right here. This is where you can, again, same as before, select attach multiple files.
Yep. Yes, correct. And then you just drag those over however you're doing it, select them or whatever, upload them to there. The reason why, so obviously we need those to make sure that we have those in there. So then when I'm closing it, I can make sure I'm paying the right person, sending it to the right place, things like that. If you want to hand deliver it, that's fine too. Just again, put a note in that section that just says, I would like to hand deliver, please put it on my desk or whatever, whatever you want to do. And then you would just submit it.
So then you have to do this again. We've already finished the offer section tab for the buyer.
Yep.
Since we have both buyer and seller, that's the only way you do this. If you only have the seller, then once you've submitted your listing commissions, then you're done. So, but if you have the buyer and you're getting paid twice, you have to fill out your quote unquote green sheet commissions tab twice.
Yep.
Just the offers tab and the commissions tab.
Yep.
Like we've done.
Yep.
So again, we're going to fill in all this information and we're also going to submit this one.
This one for that. Now the only thing I'm going to mention on this, and again, it's just so we can tie it all together and there's no confusion. You can add a note on both of those, in this section, I have both sides. So then we know that you have both sides. Double kiss, as Jen
like
calls
to call it. So,
yeah.
Okay. So that is it for commissions?
Oh, the only other thing I wanted to mention one more thing. So if you are not taking any commission, so if you're selling your own personal property or if it's an investment property, this will not allow you to submit the commissions with $0. Or yes, with $0. So we've just been putting in, I've been having people just put in $1, but please make sure you put a note in that section because I will return it with just $1 because I'm like, okay, they're not just taking $1. So I need to know the reason why. So just, you can put a quick note in there that just says, I'm selling my personal property or this is an investment property. I'm taking 0 commission. So then when I bring it into Winmore, then I will do that accordingly.
Great.
Know that if you're not capped on royalty or company dollar, we are still taking royalty and company dollar, even though you're not. So you would owe us money when that happens. Same with listing. If you're selling your own property or your investment property, you still get charged that admin fee of $225. So that would still, if you're not capped, that would still come out there.
Okay.
I guess the admin fee is if you're capped or not, it doesn't matter. It still comes out the listing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.